The northeastern arm of Great Lake Huron, Ontario's Georgian Bay is a massive body of water in its own right, at over 190 kilometers or 120 miles long and 80 kilometers or 50 miles wide. One could even make the argument that it should be considered the sixth Great Lake. But Georgian Bay is special for more than its sheer size. Over 30,000 islands along its east coast make it a magical place to explore, with its glacier-scoured rock and windswept pines giving it a unique and rugged beauty. But when the wind picks up, Georgian Bay can quickly go from beauty to beast. It's a place that demands respect and humility. I couldn't be more excited about the 5-day trip I have planned, which will let me explore almost 100 kilometers of the bay's coastline. But with a heavy storm in the forecast, I can't help but be a little anxious about the adventure ahead.
Here we are, the beginning of an adventure I have been looking forward to doing for quite some time. I'm just paddling out of Chickanishing Creek, the Chick, and I've done this paddle out a number of times and it always impresses. You just go from this cool little wilderness environment to Georgian Bay, Lake Huron. And that's where my adventure is. For the next 5 or 6 days, depending on conditions, I am exploring Georgian Bay. And I'm doing it in a way I've never done before. I mean, I've been to Georgian Bay before and it really is. It's one of my favorite places in the world. You'll soon see why. But I've usually just come out here on the Chick and explored around Philip Edward Island ahead of me. But this time I am doing an A to B trip from the Chick in just outside, well, it's part of Chickanishing Provincial Park, the Chick parking lot, to the Brit, very cool, beautiful small town, Ontario, about halfway down Georgian Bay, probably, I don't know, maybe 80 or 90 kilometers from here, something like that. And there's so much to explore in that relatively short span. And that's the magic of Georgian Bay. Georgian Bay is about 100 miles long and it has 30,000 islands. That means every time you come out here, for your whole lifetime, you can do a different route, explore a different nook. Such a special place. Such a special, special place. Pretty dark out right now, and that's in large part because there's such heavy cloud cover. I mean, it was a huge system that just rolled through all day, pouring rain. You know, even the drive here was just nasty and slow because it was raining so hard. But it's also dark here right now because it's 6 p.m. That's not my usual starting time in the day. I mean, fortunately, it's almost the longest day of the year. We're a couple days away, so sunset is at 9:15. So I got time, but I had to hang out at Clarny Outfitters for a couple of hours because the wind was just howling and the rain was just pouring. It made no sense to leave when the radar said it was going to chill out, and it certainly has chilled out. I mean, this is calm. This is gorgeous. I'm actually overheating a little bit with this top on because it's so nice now that the wind's gone. Let's see if this is home. I hope this is home for the night because it is getting kind of late to be finding a spot. Bags in the way. Yep, this is definitely the place. Cool up there. Bit of a hike up, but worth it.
Within minutes of landing, the wind starts to pick up a bit. But that's okay because I've got a great campsite. I'm on the Fox Islands, which are a small group of islands about a kilometer offshore. This is a place that gets people into trouble too often because they look so inviting when it's calm out. But if the wind starts blowing, the water around them is very exposed and can get rough. Too many times, inexperienced paddlers have needed rescuing after leaving the islands in challenging conditions because they weren't prepared or willing to be stuck there an extra night. Otherwise, it's a classic Georgian Bay campsite where you're pitching your tent on beautiful, smooth, if not perfectly flat, rock. The challenge is the fact that tent pegs clearly don't work here, and so you need guy lines on your tent so that you can use rocks to anchor the tent down. Fortunately, every good site has a rock collection close by from years of campers enjoying the place. Well, I almost made it to dinner without the rain, but the rain came while I was cooking and forced me to cook from the vestibule of the tent. And now it's starting to drizzle again. I think this is the way it's going to be all night. It's just going to be on again, off again, a little bit windy. That's okay, because I got some yummy fajitas here. I was being a little lazy and I almost just said screw making the fajitas and we'll do that tomorrow, and I'll make a dehydrated meal tonight because it's so late. I'm so glad I didn't get lazy, but the rain's coming back and the bugs are getting in my tent, even though the wind is keeping most of them at bay. So that's it for me. We'll see you tomorrow. I think this is going to be a good day. Oh, best creamer ever. A little bit of Bailey's. The great thing about Bailey's is it's got so much sugar that it just doesn't go bad. You don't have to worry about it like milk. This is Georgian Bay rock, this beautiful
beautiful, beautiful Canadian Shield. It's almost like clouds. It's just so smooth and contoured and carved by time. Love it. In the distance there are the Lacluche Mountains, and that is Killarney Provincial Park, one of the best canoe tripping parks in the world. Unbelievable canoe tripping. It's a lot like Algonquin, the classic and iconic Algonquin Park, except it's got mountains. I mean, eastern mountains. We're not on the west coast, but still, they're big. They're big, well, I'll tell you, when you're portaging around them and you're canoeing below them, they're mountains. And then just off to this side, you've got the Georgian Bay. One of the coolest places in the world. I say that a lot because it's true. Breakfast burritos on the menu today. I'm actually not a big fan of dehydrated eggs. They're okay, but they're not great. They're definitely not like the real thing. I should have just brought, for day one, some eggs. They're so much better. And then had these for later in the trip. It's a cool night. So the bugs have really not been an issue so far this morning, which has been really nice. And that bacon is for tonight's pizza. As is the rest of this cheese. That's what I'm talking about. What a beautiful morning. So I am here, West Fox Island. These are the Fox Islands here, and you can see how offshore they are and exposed. I started here up at Chickanishing River, and last night just paddled to here. What was that, maybe 6 kilometers, 5 or 6 kilometers? And today the plan is to paddle, this is all Philip Edward Island, paddle along the coast, explore, but ultimately get over here, go through the chickens, and I've never been past this point. I've only gone around Philip Edward Island. So I've never seen the chickens. That looks really cool. So many islands there. And then around Point Grandine to camp somewhere here in Horseshoe Bay. I mean, it's not that far if you just paddle straight, but there's so much exploring to do along the way that I got to give myself time. Last check. I got everything. I cannot believe how calm it is and even how much blue sky I have. The forecast wasn't this good. It was not bad for today. Tomorrow is the nasty day, but this is better than I was expecting. What a nice surprise. And these are the days that get people into trouble. Unfortunately, it's so glassy, it's so inviting, it's such perfect paddling, and there's all these gorgeous looking offshore islands to explore. But the problem is the weather and more importantly the wind can change so quickly. It can just build really quickly on the Great Lakes. And all of a sudden you can be stuck out in open water because there's white caps, big waves, howling wind, and literally stuck there for even days. And so you have to really take a good look at most importantly, the wind report rather than the weather report to see if this is just fool's gold. Is this like a small window that we have and it's about to start blowing, or is this what we have for the day? And it seems like we're gonna have a lot of calm for the day, which is pretty exciting. But that's the joy of this place, is if it is blowing and there are waves out here, the network of islands close to shore are so incredible. That's all right. There's a whole lifetime of exploration close to shore. Wow. Well, these are the Hawk Islands, and this is Northeast Hawk Island. It's the biggest of the islands, and they all look very interesting. I'm gonna check this one out though to start. I can't even, there's no way I can remove this permanent grin on my face. Well, it's right around lunchtime already, and so I'm gonna hop out and have a snack, lunch, up top of this island, because that looks really cool up there. Oh wow. Wow. Well, that far point there is at, I'm guessing, is Point Grandine. Actually, it might even be further. I don't know. I think that's the point I'm going around. How is it possible that I'm the only one out here? I mean, really, there's so many people in this world. And for some reason, in a spectacular place like this, I'm the only one here right now. That's not a complaint. Don't get me wrong. I like it. It does blow my mind, though. Time to keep moving. I still got a ways to go today. Nice break. The wind's picked up a little, so I'm going to get my rudder going. Well, this is a great example. The wind has picked up as it usually does in the afternoon, and it's pretty much a southwest wind as expected. You know, but it's not blowing hard. It's almost a direct side wind right now. And it's created that, you know, changed the water from being glassy calm to wavy, you know, little baby white caps, nothing significant at all, but definitely more challenging for a novice paddler and for a canoer. And if you didn't have a rudder or a skeg on your boat, I've got a rudder on this boat, which I'm controlling with my toes on the foot pegs. And that, I mean, that's actually, you know, it's kind of funny. Last time I did a crossing, an open water crossing of any nature was Lake Superior last year. But the last trip I did, before my shoulder said no more, I was going around Cape Gargantua, or across Gargantua Bay, that was it. And my skeg was jammed up because I dragged the boat on the sandy beach and the skeg wouldn't drop. Anyway, I had to do the whole crossing with the skeg up, and I fought. Oh, come on. Good God. I fought because, you know, quick refresher course here. I've got a side wind coming from my right. My kayak is naturally going to want to turn into the wind when I'm paddling. There's a shallow little shoal, got to avoid right out in the middle. And so that's why you have rudders or skegs, to help the boat go straight when you have a side wind in particular. And that's what I'm using right now. Anyway, yeah, this would be challenging for somebody not used to paddling in windy, wavy conditions. And if you were out on one of the exposed islands having to get back to the mainland in this, it could be nerve-wracking. All right, welcome to the Chickens, a maze of rocky funness. Just gotta, can I get through here? We'll soon find out. Our rider bounced up. Oh yeah. Oh, is this the cut? Maybe go down here and then, so cool. It's just a maze of little rock islands. Choose your own adventure. And really, the map isn't much help right now in terms of which way you should go. Where's this going to take me? I think I want to go down. I want to stay in the rocky zone. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Wow, this is so cool. I wonder why they're called the chickens. I will probably never know. So cool. I think I'll go this way. Oh. Just enough water. Well, that was really nice while it lasted. Almost 2 kilometers, so definitely 2 kilometers of just beautiful rock islands. But now, yeah, we're getting there. 3 kilometers to the campsite that I had planned on. Whoa. Fool. You weren't paying attention. Woo. So I've been doing a fair bit of open water today, and you know, for some people might look at this and say, nope, not for me. But Georgian Bay can be for almost any paddler. You know, for experienced paddlers and kayak campers, there's endless options. And whether you live close by, I mean, or not, it's actually very accessible because of Killarney Outfitters. Killarney Outfitters has everything, literally everything you need to make the trip happen. They not only do shuttles, and they did my shuttle for me, but they rent good sea kayaks and all the gear, and then all your camping gear too, and quality camp gear. I've used their camp gear on one trip, and it's all top of the line stuff. They even take care of your whole meal plan if you want. Now, for non-experienced paddlers, you can do it yourself. There are a couple of little crossings that you have to do, and so as long as you're careful and you don't challenge any windy, rough conditions that you're not ready for, then no big deal. But there's also guided trips. And there's a few companies that do guided trips. The one I know, they've been doing incredible guided trips, guided kayaking trips, canoeing trips. They're called Black Feather. They do them all over, not only the continent, but the world. That's such a great option. If you're not an experienced sea kayaker and kayak camper too, because not only do you get the benefit of everything that comes with a guided trip, logistics, the safety, the the experience, blah, 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 but you get to learn from experts on how to do it. And so that, really moves you a big step forward to doing your own trips down the road. Nice, made it around Point Grandine. This is the point right here. And oh my gosh, look at that, eh? All this, the wind waves, everything, and all of a sudden, poof. It just got glassy. This is awesome. Wow. Oh man. Have I mentioned I'm lucky? I am lucky. It would be nice to have some trees with the storm that's supposed to come. It's hard to believe there's a pretty good storm coming tomorrow, but there is, and a campsite with some shelter would not be a bad thing. Let's check this out. Let's check it out. Yep, found home. It's a good site. Well, it's 5:30, which is pretty awesome to be setting up the tent at 5:30. I was still packing my boat at the launch yesterday at 5:30. Very different feel. So I'm going to get this pitched. I'm gonna have an earlier dinner. I deserve it. But check the weather, see what is in store for tonight and tomorrow. I highly doubt the forecast has changed. I imagine we got weather coming in. But how bad is it? And when's it coming? Am I going to be spending the day here? I do not know, but I'm kind of expecting I might be stuck here for the day tomorrow. And so if that's the case, I'll set up a tarp. Got a decent spot over there to set it up. And have a place at least I can hang out aside from the tent while weathering out the storm. Well, I would say it's that time. I'd like to say I only brought one beer like I usually do for that special moment on a trip, but my local brewery, who I've been a fan of for many, many, many years, the Whitewater Brewery, very appropriate. They just came out with a couple of non-alcoholic beers. And that means I don't have to limit myself to just one per trip. I have to limit myself based on how much weight I'm willing to carry. Oh, all right. I'm gonna make pizzas tonight. Yes. So I got a big decision to make. I checked the Zoleo for the weather. So storm I was worried about coming in tonight. It's not coming in tonight. It's gonna be a calm night, maybe a few little showers. It's supposed to now come in later tomorrow. Some roughly 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. it's hitting. And it's gonna bring a lot of rain, 30 mils of rain, over an inch of rain. Obviously winds, heavy thunderstorm warning. And so if I wanna travel tomorrow, I need to be off the water plan to be off the water by noon at the latest, so I can get, well, because who knows how accurate that is. So I can get camp set up before it hits. That means if I want to get in, cover any water, leave by 9. And I should be able to cover 15 kilometers if I'm not filming the whole thing. Food helps me think this through. That's very doable. All right, well, that's it for the day. Sun is dropping away quick and I am drifting away. I don't have any doubt that I'm gonna be able to sleep well tonight. And I'll get up early and I'll figure out a plan for tomorrow. Right now the plan is sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Oh yeah. Well, I hope you guys have been enjoying the adventure so far. I just want to take a quick second here to thank the partners who have helped make this thing possible. And that starts with Ontario Creates, who's a partner to my whole Wild Discovery series, and it is very much appreciated. And then there's my longtime gear partners, NRS and Aquabound. I've been using their gear for decades, love their stuff, and they've been so great about supporting all the content I create, not just my Wild Discovery series here, but on my other YouTube channel, all the gear reviews and all the tips I do on my Paddle TV YouTube channel. If you don't know about that channel, now you do. I'll leave a link in the description box down below. I also have to thank Boreal Designs, who is sponsoring this specific Wild Discovery episode. I'm using Boreal's Storm 17 kayak on this adventure. It's the first time I've used this boat, and so this is my test of this boat. I'm doing a full review on my Paddle TV YouTube channel. Of course, I'll leave a link to that review video as well. And lastly, I have to say thank you to Killarney Outfitters, who for decades now have made paddling accessible on Georgian Bay and in Killarney Provincial Park for paddlers of all skill levels, with everything from shuttles to kayak and canoe rentals to menu planning to just information that we all need to enjoy these incredible places. And so thank you, Killarney Outfitters. And that's all I got to say. Let's get right back to it with day 2 on Georgian Bay. All right, well, hopefully this isn't a bad idea. But this is not normal for me. Whoa, that would be a bad idea, not having the skirt on all the way. First wave gets me. I'm leaving camp at 7:45 in the morning. That does not happen very often for me. But the reason is pretty simple. The weather is just getting worse and worse throughout the day. At some point this morning, I mean at any point, but it's going to start raining. And the later it gets, the harder the rain's going to be. So I'm just going to whack out some kilometers here. I am battling a little bit of a headwind today, maybe a lot of a headwind. There's a lot of X factors today. The nice thing is the winds are right now, they're about 15 kilometers per hour, so what's that, 10 miles per hour? And they are only supposed to get up to 20 kilometers per hour, pretty similar to yesterday. It'll be a little rough, but just like yesterday, I'm not expecting seriously rough conditions. It's a good day for a paddle. Day 3 in Georgian Bay. So, paddling in waves like this is actually, this is a lot nicer than the paddling I did in Lake Superior last summer, because the wind in this case, it is a headwind, which is, that's not nicer, but what's nice about this is that I'm seeing everything that's coming at me. And on Lake Superior, it was a bit of a tailwind and it was a little bit of a boost. I was covering ground quicker, but I spent so much of the day looking behind me, just seeing the waves that were coming in, just getting a read on things, which is tiring. And even when you're doing that, you're constantly getting surprised by these, because they're not clean waves. This is all wind chop with reflection waves. It's just kind of chaotic waves. But at least right here, I'm watching everything come at me and I can just roll with it so much easier. And yeah, it's a lot more relaxing, even though it's more work. Can it be relaxing and more work? Yes, I do believe. Those are two very different things, because hard work can be relaxing. Hard work can also suck. Well, it's getting rougher, that's for sure. Whew. Yeah. Definitely picking up, but fortunately, it's not pouring rain yet, but obviously I just took a little break to put my shell on. I wasn't getting cold, but I could see how I could quickly become cold, and it's just a matter of time before the rain comes. And now that it's rougher, I was going to be wet. I didn't realize it, but it is. Ooh, I'll be wetter. So yeah, I feel way better with the top on. This is one of my favorite paddling tops. It's oh my gosh, I've forgotten the name of it. But I'll leave a link in the description box below to it. Does it have a name on it? Oh gosh. It's a semi-dry top. It just has the neoprene neck, which really keeps you dry for the most part, like 95% dry, but it doesn't have the discomfort of a latex gasket, which I find just very uncomfortable. But it does have gaskets at the wrist so that water isn't getting in through the arms at all. Yeah, Georgian Bay is definitely showing its colors today. This is what it does. It gets nasty quick. And this is why, you know, on the Great Lakes, a sea kayak versus a canoe really has major advantages. You know, a canoe out here would suck. You wouldn't really, why would you? Fighting this wind would be really hard. These waves would just be a little, definitely scary. There's just a lot of things that wouldn't be fun about it. So, but a sea kayak is so much more stable. It's lower, much lower profile, so the wind doesn't mess with it as much. And it doesn't swamp unless you flip, which I'm going to be avoiding. Just so many shoals here, so many shallow shoals. And the problem with the shoals is that's where these waves coming in are pitching up and dumping and crashing, and they're all over the place. And so I find myself actually picking my way amongst the shoals, which I identify right in these conditions by breaking waves. I'm doing that as much as looking at the waves that are actually coming at me right in my immediate future. Okay. I'm not too proud to admit that I am losing the battle against the wind here. It's definitely picked up like they said it would. It's got to be definitely 15 mile per hour, 20, 25 for sure. Probably 25 kilometers per hour right now. This is kind of it gets to that point where it's just not worth it. You're just fighting so much for every little bit of ground that you cover or water you cover, and as soon as you stop paddling, boom, you're being blown in the other direction. I mean, my effective traveling speed right now, because of the wind, is probably between 1 to 2 miles per hour. So I've pulled into shelter, at least from the waves here, And not a little bit from the wind as well. Yeah, definitely a little bit from the wind. And so now the challenge is keeping track of where I am, because there are so many islands. Well, I think I figured out where I am. Think being the key word there. Not far. If I am where I think I am. I'm 1.5 kilometers, a mile from camp. And I should be able to stay in protected water the whole way. Which will be nice. Endless places to go. Choose your own adventure. Door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3? I think I'm going to take door number 3 on this one. Looks cool. Oh. It's so narrow, it's sheltered by the wind, from the wind. Ooh. How cool is this? Oh yeah, look at all the dragonflies out. Start chewing on those bugs. There's absolutely no question, even if this ends up being the nastiest, well, that's not true. I'll find another campsite, but I don't think that's the case. I am done paddling for today, even though it's, I'm sure, before noon. Oh, got to camp just in time. Started raining literally as I stepped out of the boat, and then I heard the rumbles in the distance, and it quickly built up, and it got dark, and I knew I didn't have much time. All I had time to do was throw up a tarp somewhere that was out of the wind, which is tricky with this site because it's getting hit by the southeast wind. When the wind finally changes and turns to a south or southwest wind, this will be great, but it hasn't done that yet. And so anyway, here I am just in the nick of time, and yeah, thunder or lightning just hit, not far away at all. So I'm gonna sit here for a bit, enjoy the storm, hope it passes quick, have a snack, maybe some lunch, get some energy back because it's been a full day already. And it's not even 1 p.m., it's 12:30. That's a good full day so far. Kind of want a spot to set up the tent and crawl into it, but that's not gonna happen for a bit. Wowzers. Now it's really, really blowing out there. I'm glad I'm here and not there. Wow. sun. I did not see that coming. This would be a good time to get my tent set up. And I do have to find a sheltered place for the tent, which is not going to be easy. I think I'm going to move this tarp. This tarp is getting way too much wind too. Okay, I got to take advantage of this break. Let's do it. What first? Tent. All right. Sweet, my new home for the night. New tarp. Tent is set up and ready. This is definitely more sheltered down here than, well, at least where the tarp was up there. Well, anywhere else. So, may not be the best spot, but it's the best spot right now. I'm gonna go check out the water. See what the wind is doing. Although it's definitely calmed down from what it was. That's nice. Sweet. Oh, what a difference. The wind totally laid down. This is gorgeous. Wow. It's still dark over there. It's storming over there right now. Question is that coming here? And I'm gonna check the Zoleo, check the weather, see what's up. Very non-committal report. I think there's a good chance I'm going to be, well, it's saying still a good chance I'll be getting rain this afternoon, evening, and throughout the night. Be a strong chance of a thunderstorm here and there, but it's not as nasty as it looked when I checked a few hours ago. That's good news. That deserves a celebratory drink and a snack. And I just so happened to have brought a snack and a beer. Well, a non-alcoholic beer. Still a beer. Tastes like beer. Perfect. Shut down Zoleo. I think I need to take my break back to camp because this is actually moving in pretty quick. Darn! Wow. I'm back. That's pretty wild how quick it moved. Still don't know if it's going to hit or not, but it's definitely threatening. That shot of sun is no more. What I am missing is a nice big flat rock to work with. Oh, that's not bad. Not great. Oh yeah. That'll work just fine. Simple pleasures. I mean, now It doesn't look like, looks like most of it is over that way, but there's a few drops. But there's definitely dark clouds above me as well. I'm gonna have myself an early dinner. And this is a simple dinner because we are into dehydrated meals. And I am actually testing some new dehydrated meals out. This is, not that one, that's a dessert. This is Packet Gourmet. I don't know if you've ever seen that before, but the fact that there's a hiker, oh, and look at this one. Ostentatious tortilla soup. There's a paddler on it. Good for them. Another small, independent meal, dehydrated meal company. And yeah, so I have 3 to choose from. Pizza margarita, ostentatious tortilla soup, and Southwest corn and black bean salad. Nice. She's boiling. All right. All right. Just got windy and chilly. Storm just hammered through and seems to have gone by just in time for this to be ready. It's just non-stop waves of weather. Oh, but this is going to warm me up. Nice, very nicely, very, very nicely. Well, the tarp did its job, but the wind was coming in from a different direction that time. Surprise, surprise. But, so there's more wind down here, but still, I bet there's a whole lot less wind down here than there is up there. I've pretty much had enough of braving the elements. I'm ready to, I'm ready for tomorrow. Which means I'm ready to go to bed and wake up, and tomorrow will be a new day. And it's supposed to be much calmer. And I'm pretty excited. I hope the visibility is good because the plan is to paddle offshore it's about 2 miles, 3 kilometers or so, the Bustard Islands. You have to have good conditions in order to get out there, but I've heard a lot of great things about it. It's just this cluster of islands offshore. And I was actually supposed to camp there tonight, but there's absolutely no way. I'm glad I didn't even think about going for it because I would have got caught when it really picked up halfway out there. Anyway, that's why I didn't. But hopefully I can get out there. But either way, lots more water in the French River Provincial Park to explore tomorrow. But yeah, that's That wind, I'm done. We'll see you in the morning. I hope. Well, thanks for watching. I'm guessing if you've got to this point, you did enjoy the video because it's a pretty long one. Now that's just part one. Part two is coming out soon, the rest of the adventure, and there's a lot more adventure to go. Well, for a lot of you, part two is already out, and so I'll leave a link in the description box down below to part two. But if you're one of the first people watching this video in the first couple of weeks, then it may not be released yet. It won't be released yet because I haven't had time to finish editing part two, and I'm just leaving for my biggest adventure of the year, a 10-day paddling trip, sea kayaking trip on Lake Superior around Puckasaw National Park, which I'm really excited about, and I'll be sharing with you guys as well. So bear with me. If you haven't subscribed to Ken Whiting Adventures, then please do subscribe and hit the notification bell, and then you'll know when the next adventure goes live, even if you have subscribed already to this channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell. I don't release a ton of content on this channel, but the videos that I do release are substantial. They're big, they're adventure videos. Now, if you're interested in the gear that I used for this adventure, then stay tuned to Paddle TV because I am doing a full gear overview of what I took for a 5-day Georgian Bay sea kayaking adventure. And last but not least, if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I am doing paddling trips on a regular basis, and so it may take me a bit to respond, but I try to respond as much to questions and comments on the channel as much as I can. It's the best way to get hold of me, and so leave a comment, and yeah, we'll see you again soon for another paddling adventure.